calm and reasonable person? Are you a calm and reasonable person?
The PlayStation 5 has been a powerhouse of visual fidelity, but some games push realism to the absolute limit, so much so that they feel almost too real. From hyper-detailed environments to near-photorealistic character models, these games make you question whether you're playing or living in them. Be it the lifelike animations, intricate physics, or stunning lighting effects, these titles showcase the pinnacle of gaming realism. So, buckle up as we dive into 15 of the most realistic PS5 games that still hold up today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing gaming content.
Someone once told me that the strength to stand alone.
Horizon Forbidden West. Aloy's back, and this time, she's diving into an even bigger, wilder, and ridiculously detailed world in Horizon Forbidden West. Taking place in a post-apocalyptic America, this sequel throws you into lush jungles, sunken cities, and scorching deserts, all teeming with mechanical beasts and deadly secrets. Aloy's mission? Stop a strange new plague that's wrecking the planet, while also dealing with hostile tribes and machines that just keep getting more aggressive. Aloy now has a glider, because why not make jumping off cliffs fun? And a grappling hook for insane vertical movement. Combat is more fluid than ever, letting you tear off machine parts mid-fight to use against them. And underwater sections? They're not just for show. There's a whole new ecosystem lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be explored, or to eat you. But what really sells the realism? The Decima engine makes every environment stupidly beautiful. Grass moves with the wind, water reacts naturally, and even Aloy's hair shifts based on the weather. Machines don't just attack, they think, adapt, and hunt like real predators. It's too real for a game, almost like a playable nature documentary with giant robot dinosaurs.
We'll kill them all.
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Step into the sandals of Jin Sakai, the last samurai standing between Tsushima Island and the Mongol horde, in Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. This expanded edition not only lets you relive Jin's transformation from honorable warrior to stealthy ghost, but also whisks you away to the mysterious Iki Island. Here, Jin confronts haunting memories and a new Mongol threat led by the shaman Anksar Khatun. The gameplay is a katana-slashing dream. Engage in intense sword fights where timing and precision are your best allies, or embrace the shadows with stealth tactics that let you thin enemy ranks unnoticed. The director's cut spices things up with the Iki Island expansion, introducing fresh combat techniques, like your horse charging into foes, and serene moments where you can chill with animals at sanctuaries. Now, let's talk realism. The game doesn't just aim for hyper-realistic graphics, it crafts an atmosphere dripping with authenticity. The landscapes are so meticulously designed that you might find yourself questioning if they're actual photographs. The PS5's haptic feedback and adaptive triggers make every sword clash and arrow release feel tangible, pulling you deeper into Jin's world. This blend of visual artistry and immersive mechanics ensures that Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is a living, breathing samurai saga that feels almost too real.
Are you finally ready to join us?
Come on, Miles! We need to hurry!
Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Our favorite duo, Peter Parker and Miles Morales, are back, juggling their personal lives while taking on some of the fiercest foes yet. This time, they're up against Kraven the Hunter, who's turned New York City into his personal safari, and the menacing Venom symbiote, which latches onto Peter, stirring up all kinds of trouble. Swinging through the Big Apple has never felt this exhilarating. Both Spideys come equipped with web wings, letting you glide gracefully between skyscrapers. Combat's been supercharged too. Peter's symbiote suit introduces a more aggressive fighting style, with tentacle-like attacks that can handle multiple baddies at once. Miles hasn't been left out. His bioelectric Venom Blast packs a punch, electrifying enemies and adding a zappy twist to battles. Plus, with the ability to switch between Peter and Miles on the fly, you can tackle missions your way, mixing up playstyles to keep things fresh. The game's depiction of New York City is so spot on, you might forget it's a virtual world. From the bustling streets to the iconic landmarks, every detail is meticulously crafted. Character animations are fluid and lifelike, making every swing, punch, and quip feel authentic. The dynamic weather system and day-night cycles add layers of immersion, affecting both the city's vibe and gameplay strategies. It's like stepping into a living, breathing comic book. Only this time, you're the hero.
Stop you every step of the way. But you gotta keep moving. No matter what.
Death Stranding. With this next one, you step into the boots of Sam Porter Bridges, as portrayed by Norman Reedus. Death Stranding is a game that redefines the concept of delivery service in a post-apocalyptic America. After a cataclysmic event known as the Death Stranding, the boundary between the living and the dead has shattered, unleashing ghostly entities called Beached Things, BTs, into the world. Society has crumbled, and it's up to Sam to reconnect isolated communities by delivering essential supplies and integrating them into the Chiral network, a futuristic communication system. Gameplay revolves around traversing treacherous terrains, from steep mountains to raging rivers, all while balancing hefty cargo loads. The game's social strand system introduces a unique asynchronous multiplayer experience, where players can leave structures, signs, and supplies in the world to aid others on their journeys, fostering a sense of indirect collaboration. The realism in Death Stranding is meticulously crafted. The game employs the Decima engine, delivering stunning visuals that capture the desolate beauty of its landscapes. Character animations, especially those of Sam, are lifelike, reflecting the physical strain of carrying heavy loads over long distances. The dynamic weather system not only affects the environment visually, but also impacts gameplay. For instance, timefall rain accelerates the aging of anything it touches, adding a strategic layer to route planning. The integration of real-world product placements, like energy drinks and vehicles, further blurs the line between the game and reality, enhancing immersion. Demon Souls. Prepare to have your gaming senses tingled and your patience tested in the Demon Souls remake for PS5. This game, it's a rite of passage for any self-respecting gamer. Set in the cursed kingdom of Boletaria, you, brave adventurer, must tackle grotesque demons, navigate treacherous landscapes, and uncover a story as dark as your screen when you forget to pay the electric bill. The gameplay? Oh, it's a delightful cocktail of challenge and reward. Every enemy encounter feels like a high-stakes duel, where timing and strategy are your best friends. The world is divided into distinct regions, each with its own flavor of torment, keeping you on your toes and your controller in a death grip. The PS5's hardware breathes new life into Boletaria, with visuals so sharp they could cut through your TV screen. Lighting and textures are meticulously crafted, making every shadowy corridor and fog-laden battlefield feel eerily tangible. The character animations are smoother than a jazz saxophonist on a Sunday afternoon, adding a layer of immersion that's hard to shake off. It's a must-play for those seeking a game that doesn't just entertain, but also immerses you in its hauntingly beautiful world.
You are at your weakest.
When fear and doubt are a burden too heavy to bear.
Remember this. You are not alone.
God of War Ragnarok. Kratos and Atreus are back, and this time, they're diving headfirst into the chaos of God of War Ragnarok. Set 3 years after their last adventure, Fimbulwinter, the Great Freeze, has the 9 realms in its icy grip, signaling the approach of Ragnarok, the prophesied end of days. Our dynamic duo embarks on a quest to uncover Atreus' true identity as Loki, and to find a way to prevent the looming apocalypse. Along the way, they cross paths with figures like Thor, the hammer-wielding god of thunder seeking vengeance for his family's demise, and the All-Father himself, Odin, who's got his own agenda. And let's not forget Freya, once an ally, now a fierce adversary mourning her son's death. Gameplay-wise, it's a symphony of chaos and strategy. Kratos wields his trusty Leviathan axe and the fiery blades of chaos. New to his arsenal is a magical spear, adding another layer to the mayhem. Atreus isn't just a sidekick, he steps up with his own set of skills, even taking center stage in certain missions. The realms are more expansive than ever, inviting players to explore, solve intricate puzzles, and engage in side quests that enrich the narrative. The game's visuals are a feast for the eyes, with each realm meticulously crafted to reflect its unique atmosphere, from the industrial landscapes of Svartalfheim to the lush beauty of Vanaheim. Character animations are so lifelike that you might forget you're holding a controller. The combat mechanics are finely tuned, with haptic feedback making each swing of the axe and clash of blades resonate in your hands. It's an immersive experience that blurs the line between game and reality, cementing God of War Ragnarok as a standout title on the PS5. Final Fantasy XVI. This game is where medieval fantasy meets intense action. Set in Valisthea, a land blessed and cursed by colossal mother crystals, 6 powerful factions teeter on the brink of war as a mysterious blight spreads, threatening all life. You play as Clive Rosfield, the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria, who despite not inheriting the Phoenix's flames, becomes its sworn protector. As dark forces shatter his realm, Clive embarks on a quest for vengeance, unraveling political intrigues and confronting formidable econs. Legendary summoned beasts embodied by dominance, individuals bearing their immense power. Clive engages in real-time combat, wielding a versatile arsenal that allows for seamless transitions between melee strikes and magic attacks. The game introduces a dynamic stagger system, where relentless assaults can break an enemy's composure, leaving them vulnerable to devastating combos. Throughout his journey, Clive is accompanied by AI-controlled allies, each bringing unique abilities to the battlefield. Notably, his loyal wolf companion Torgal can be directed to attack foes or heal wounds. Exploration is equally rewarding, with expansive regions filled with hidden treasures, challenging hunts, and rich lore that deepens the narrative experience. The game's realism is nothing short of breathtaking. Valisthea's diverse landscapes, from lush forests to arid deserts, are rendered with meticulous attention to detail, making each environment feel alive. The PS5's capabilities shine through with minimal load times and intricate particle effects, especially during icon battles, where the scale and spectacle are awe-inspiring. The sound design further immerses players, with a sweeping orchestral score and ambient sounds that bring the world to life. Gran Turismo 7. Bringing the thrill of the track right into your living room. This latest installment in the iconic racing series offers a treasure trove of content, boasting over 400 meticulously recreated cars and a plethora of tracks that span the globe. The game revives the beloved GT simulation mode, allowing players to embark on a journey through various racing events, licenses, and special challenges. Each car feels unique, thanks to the game's refined physics engine, which strikes a balance between accessibility and realism. Dynamic weather conditions and time-of-day changes add an extra layer of strategy, making each race a unique experience. For those seeking competition, the sport mode offers robust online multiplayer options, ensuring that the quest for the checkered flag never gets old. When it comes to realism, Gran Turismo 7 doesn't just raise the bar, it launches it into the stratosphere. The developers at Polyphony Digital have painstakingly recreated each vehicle, capturing not just their appearance but their distinct handling characteristics. The game's visuals are so lifelike that you might find yourself reaching for your seatbelt. From the gleam of polished chrome to the subtle reflections on a rainy track, every detail has been considered. The integration of PlayStation VR 2 support takes immersion to the next level, allowing players to experience the cockpit view in stunning virtual reality. This dedication to authenticity ensures that Gran Turismo 7 remains celebration of car culture and racing passion.
Do they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
You can't stop this.
The Last of Us Part 2. Set 5 years after the original game, players primarily control Ellie, now 19, navigating a post-apocalyptic United States. After a tragic event disrupts the relative peace in Jackson, Wyoming, Ellie embarks on a journey of vengeance against a militia group in Seattle. The narrative also introduces Abby, a soldier entangled in a conflict with a religious cult, whose fate intertwines with Ellie's. The story delves into themes of revenge, trauma, and the cyclical nature of violence. Played from a third-person perspective, the game emphasizes stealth, exploration, and combat. Players can use firearms, improvised weapons, and stealth tactics to confront human adversaries and infected creatures. New mechanics include the ability to jump, crawl, and dodge, enhancing mobility and strategy. Players can upgrade weapons at workbenches and improve character skills through collectible supplements. The game also introduces guard dogs that can track the player's scent, adding a new layer of challenge. The game is lauded for its realistic portrayal of characters and environments. Detailed animations and nuanced voice acting convey deep emotional experiences, making characters' reactions and interactions authentic. The depiction of violence is unflinchingly raw, prompting players to reflect on its consequences. The AI of enemies and companions is sophisticated, leading to unpredictable and dynamic encounters. Environmental design, from overgrown urban landscapes to weather effects, enhances immersion, making the world feel tangible and lived in. The Last of Us really set the benchmark for survival games.
Technology I've never encountered before.
Returnal. Suit up as Celine, an Astra deep space scout in Returnal, where crash landing on the alien planet Atropos kicks off a relentless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Driven by the mysterious white shadow signal, Celine navigates ever-changing biomes, battling hostile creatures and uncovering fragments of her own haunting past. Each death isn't just a setback but a fresh start in this roguelike adventure, with the planet's landscape and threats evolving every time you revive. Gameplay is a high-octane blend of third-person shooting and bullet hell chaos. Armed with an array of upgradable weapons and abilities, you'll dodge intricate patterns of enemy fire while strategizing your assaults. The procedurally generated environments ensure that no two runs are identical, keeping you on your toes and adapting to new challenges constantly. The game's difficulty is notorious, but each failure offers learning opportunities and the chance to come back stronger. The realism in Returnal is a statement to the PS5's capabilities. Stunning visuals bring Atropos to life, from its dense alien flora to the eerie remnants of a lost civilization. The haptic feedback and adaptive triggers of the DualSense controller make every action tactile. Feel the pitter-patter of alien rain or the jolt of firing your weapon. The atmospheric audio design, with its haunting, dark electronic soundscape, immerses you deeper into Celine's unsettling journey. This meticulous attention to detail crafts an experience that's both otherworldly and palpably real, making Returnal a standout title in the PS5 lineup.
Initiating combat mode.
Go!
Destination confirmed.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about! Alright, in and out, bitches!
Cyberpunk 2077. This is where you play as V, a mercenary navigating a dystopian future teeming with power struggles and advanced technology. After a heist goes sideways, V becomes entwined with the digital ghost of rockstar rebel Johnny Silverhand, portrayed by Keanu Reeves. Together, they confront corporate corruption and existential dilemmas in a city that never sleeps. Gameplay is a fusion of first-person shooting and role-playing elements. Customize V's cyberware, skill set, and playstyle to tackle missions ranging from stealthy infiltrations to all-out gunfights. The game's realism shines through its intricate world-building. Night City's districts pulse with life, each reflecting distinct socio-economic statuses and cultures. Advanced AI governs NPC behaviors, creating a responsive environment that reacts to your decisions. Visuals are enhanced by ray tracing and high-resolution textures, immersing players in a world that feels both futuristic and tangible. Black Myth Wukong. Step into the mystical world of Black Myth Wukong, an action RPG that plunges you into Chinese folklore like never before. Inspired by the classic 16th century novel Journey to the West, you embody the Destined One, a monkey warrior on a quest filled with peril, magic, and transformation. Armed with a versatile staff that can change size and form, you're set to battle through a land teeming with mythical creatures and deities. You'll need to master various combat stances and manage resources like focus and stamina to overcome various enemies. But it's not all about brute strength. The Destined One can shapeshift into different creatures, adding layers of strategy to encounters. The game's visuals are breathtaking, capturing the essence of ancient Chinese landscapes and architecture. From dense forests to intricate temples, every environment is crafted with meticulous detail, immersing you in a world that feels both fantastical and authentic. Since its release, Black Myth Wukong has garnered critical acclaim for its storytelling and gameplay. It has also achieved impressive commercial success, selling millions of copies worldwide and breaking records for concurrent players on platforms like Steam.
Written with a typewriter. Someone's been watching us.
How do you run from an idea? From a story that lives in your head.
Alan Wake 2. 13 years after the enigmatic events in Bright Falls, Alan Wake 2 plunges players back into a world where reality and nightmare intertwine. This time, the narrative unfolds through two protagonists, Alan Wake, the tormented writer trapped in the dark place, and Saga Anderson, an FBI agent investigating a series of ritualistic murders in the Pacific Northwest. As their paths converge, they confront a malevolent force that blurs the boundaries between fiction and reality, challenging their sanity and survival. Players alternate between Alan and Saga, each offering unique perspectives and mechanics. Alan navigates the shifting horrors of the dark place, using light to combat shadowy threats and solve environmental puzzles. Saga's segments focus on detective work, where players gather clues and piece together evidence in a mind palace to unravel the mystery. This dual approach keeps the experience fresh, seamlessly merging intense combat with cerebral problem-solving. The game's realism is nothing short of groundbreaking. Leveraging advanced rendering techniques, Alan Wake 2 delivers visuals that are both haunting and immersive. The environments are richly detailed, from the rain-soaked streets of a twisted New York to the dense, foreboding forests of the Pacific Northwest. Dynamic lighting and weather effects heighten the sense of dread, making every shadow a potential threat. Its seamless integration of gameplay mechanics with storytelling and cutting-edge graphics sets a new benchmark for the psychological horror genre.
Don't let the Na'vi get in our way. Get rid of them.
And I have a choice to make. I choose to protect my home.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Dive into the lush, bioluminescent world of Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, an open-world action-adventure game that transports players to the unexplored western frontier of Pandora. Set during the events of the second film, this standalone story casts you as a Na'vi who was abducted and raised by the human RDA, Resources Development Administration. After awakening from years in stasis, you find yourself torn between your Na'vi heritage and human upbringing, embarking on a journey to reconnect with your roots and defend Pandora from the encroaching RDA forces. You'll engage in a mix of ranged and melee combat, utilizing traditional Na'vi weapons like bows and spears, as well as human firearms acquired from the RDA. The game emphasizes exploration, allowing you to bond with and ride creatures such as dire horses and banshees, Ikran, facilitating both ground and aerial traversal. Crafting plays a significant role, enabling you to create and upgrade equipment using resources gathered from the environment. The narrative unfolds through main missions and side quests, deepening your connection to the Na'vi clans and the rich lore of Pandora. The realism in Frontiers of Pandora is striking, thanks to Ubisoft's Snowdrop engine, which delivers breathtaking visuals. The dense forests, dynamic weather patterns, and lifelike wildlife create an immersive experience that mirrors the visual splendor of the films. Ray tracing technology enhances lighting and shadows, adding depth to the already stunning environments. Character models are intricately detailed, capturing the unique features and expressions of the Na'vi. The sound design further elevates immersion, with a dynamic soundscape that reacts to both environmental changes and player actions, making Pandora feel like a living, breathing world.
Dr. Nefarious, this is the part where you lose.
Ratchet, the Dimensionator.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Blast off into an interdimensional escapade with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, where our heroic duo faces the nefarious Dr. Nefarious once more. During a celebratory parade, the Dimensionator, a device capable of interdimensional travel, gets destroyed, causing rifts that catapult Ratchet and Clank into an alternate reality. Separated in this new dimension, Clank encounters Rivet, a fierce Lombax resistance fighter battling against an Emperor version of Dr. Nefarious. Players alternate between Ratchet and Rivet, journeying across diverse planets to gather components for a new Dimensionator and thwart the tyrannical Emperor's schemes. The gameplay retains the series' signature blend of platforming, puzzle solving, and explosive combat. Armed with an arsenal of inventive weapons, players can upgrade their gear using collected raritanium. New mechanics, such as the Rift Tether, allow for instantaneous travel between points, adding a fresh dynamic to battles and exploration. Innovations like wall running and hover boots enhance mobility, making traversal more exhilarating. Visually, the game is a masterpiece, leveraging the PlayStation 5's capabilities to deliver near-instant load times and stunning graphics that rival animated films. The seamless transitions through dimensional rifts showcase the hardware's power, creating an immersive experience that feels both fresh and nostalgic. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a triumphant return for the franchise, blending classic gameplay with modern innovations to craft an adventure that's both familiar and exhilarating. And there you have it, 15 of the most jaw-droppingly realistic PS5 games that still hold up today. Be it the heart-pounding action, breathtaking open worlds, or immersive storytelling, these games prove that the PlayStation 5 is home to some of the most visually striking experiences ever made. If you think we missed a game that deserves a spot on this list, let us know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into hyper-realistic gaming, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more epic gaming content.